Welcome back to the Low Budget LCS. My name is LaChance, and I'm going to be joined today by Bigfoot, but not just yet. Sometime in the next probably 3-ish minutes. How funky is this song, though? All right, well, my volume's all messed up on my end. You let me know if it's too loud for you on that side. I'm trying to fiddle with volume stuff on the stream deck. Luffy, what's up, man? Casters in order of hashtag PC stickers owned. Dude, I need to get one. I need to get one of those lauded Panther Core stickers. Also, you were at the fucking thing, right? This weekend? If so, please tell me about that. All his pictures were fucking sweet. Okay, hold on. They're doing draft right now. We are just gonna hop right into it. Oh, this fucking slaps. This has got real Ocean's 11 vibes. Browser. Oh, yes. This is definitely a different beat than normal. Little robot, LaChance licks toes. Fuck yeah, dude. Every time, every day, on time. I don't know that the stream's turned on until Little Robot Man swings on through. I just think it's random people talking shit. Luffy met your hero, Gragas. Fuck yeah, dude. I saw that picture. It looked sick. Bigfoot, welcome to the stage. We are, of course, streaming live from an active kitchen in a Denny's in Vermont. The cooks are fucking getting sweat all over us, but it keeps us young. It keeps us fresh. Bigfoot, thank you so much for that tier 1 sub. And, of course, poop pants. Expand on that.
What is there to expand? It is a phrase that speaks for itself.
I don't know if you saw, so I'm going to send that link to you. They're in draft now. Ooh, I pressed the wrong song button. That's a little quiet, too. That's a little louder. Okay. All right. Again, please comment on audio levels. So this is going to be Commercial League Group A. Let me set this scene for you guys as they draft. This is the Kickin Squids versus the Trashcan Man. These are two teams who are currently vying for that 4th spot in Group A to be able to move on to playoffs. Hey, fuck you, dude. We're gonna listen. We're gonna settle this in the Denny's parking lot. Fist fights only. Okay, so right now Trashcan Man has 3 points. Kickin Squids 0 points. But if they can get a win, they will get 3 points, and then there will be a 3-way tie for 4th place in Group A. So it's gonna be a close one here. Luffy's been in a fight in a cookout in a Waffle House parking lot before. Add Denny's for the hat trick.
I believe it.
Dude, speaking of hat tricks, Bigfoot, how was that soccer game we watched this morning?
Oh, what a fucking rush, dude.
Oh my God.
What a great game.
Listen, League of Legends is all good and well, but the fact that Wrexham beat Notts County fucking 3-2 this morning.
It was such an exciting game too.
Oh.
It was.
Just a heads up, we're talking about this for a minute. We'll get to the fucking.
Dramatic.
Yes, it was so dramatic. The first half ending, and in the last second, Notts County scores the first goal of the game. Goes up 1-0 in the last seconds of the first half. In the extra time, 3 minutes of extra time, Notts County comes screaming down the pitch, scores a fucking ringer. It was amazing. It was a rocket. That kid's leg was a rifle. Number 20, Rodriguez. Absolutely on fire. I don't know shit about sports, by the way, guys. This is my first sport that I'm really getting into. Oh.
As you do.
Bigfoot, do you think you're going to tune in more to these soccer games?
So here's the thing, I can't. I was only able to watch them because I had the day off and the game started at 10 a.m.
That's a good
And
point.
I had a friend who had access to a streaming service
That's a good
that
point.
aired it. I couldn't watch more if I wanted to.
Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Nobody can watch more of them until they promote
that's the
up
other
to the
thing.
next league.
Yeah.
So if they don't promote up to the next league, yeah, I'm probably going to have to like, I think the times might also change when they play in the next league. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to get into like taping them and then fucking watching them. That's how, like, try to do a media blackout, watch them later in the day. All right, we should talk about some League of Legends here at the very least. Thanks again, folks, for joining us for our early bird gets the worm game. 7 p.m. roughly.
You all please make sure to drop your addresses in the DM to LeChance so we can send you your worms.
Good. That's good. Yeah, I got a lot of worms. I can't get rid of them. We're trying to get them out the door here. All right, I'm going to start this prediction. Bigfoot, looking at this draft, what do you see here?
Well, I'll tell you what I see. I see 10 champions.
Okay. All right.
In these 10 champions, what I see further than that, I see a woman riding a boar.
Okay.
I see a lady who throws sharp feathers.
Mm-hmm.
I see Annie, who's a small girl who throws fire and is one of the strongest champions in the game right now. And as I move from the obvious into the not so obvious parts of analysis, I see two teams who have somewhat different ideas on how they want to play this game. Trashcan Mans seem to have a pretty strong team fighting composition. A lot of wombo. You got the Orianna ult, you got the Sejuani ult, you got Xayah, just general decent team fighting damage. Sorry, 1 second, I'm getting a phone call. You can obviously take it from here.
Yeah, for sure. Who's my worm guy, by the way, Less Force? It's Linoleum. You know it's got to be Linoleum. Only guy I know who could get me a bunch of worms at the drop of a hat. Devil's Alter Ego says, my last 2 games have been against these teams. Time to see who comes out on top. Devil's Alter Ego. What was your record against them? Did you beat both teams? Did one push you further? I see you've got a Kickin Squids prediction here. That they're going to come out on top. And I'm excited to see if it comes to fruition. That prediction is live, by the way. You guys can bet your schmeckles hot and heavy. Or, as you please here. So Annie's going mid for the Kickin Squids. This is not an Annie support, something we have seen. You went 2-0 against both. All right, so they've had pretty even odds against you. We're gonna have to see how they fare against each other. Devil's Alter Ego, what's your team, by the way? I'm curious to see where you guys are on the Misfits. Oh, hell yeah, Misfits. All right, beautiful. Yeah, you guys are up there for playoffs. This is the 6th week of our regular season. So both these teams are kind of making a scramble to secure that last playoff spot because there aren't too many more points to be picked up in the league. It's really going to come down to, every game counts coming out of this. Luffy's got to fight PC Ronin next week. I mean, all right, man. Listen, just, keep your fists up. Remember to protect your head as much as you can. Keep your feet moving, bob and weave. Maybe that's useful advice. Maybe it's not. But the best of luck to you, no matter what. Vygar ADC. I think a Spooky Man's playing top, so he's on that set. This is an interesting team. Is Vygar APC something you guys have been seeing out there in the wild?
Vygar is an excellent carry in the bot lane right now, and I think a very interesting choice for this team. The one downside is that they don't have a ton of AD. I mean, they have Pike, but yeah, Vygar is a totally meta strong pick in that position even.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, our blue side boys.
Yeah.
The trash can mans.
Yeah.
I think have an easier to execute draft.
Okay.
I think that the Kickin Squids have a much more fucking annoying draft to deal with. So if they can start doing the stuff, they'll be able to snowball. They scale pretty well. They've got a lot of pick. They've got a lot of annoying champions to deal with. So I think in a general sort of everyone's keeping, level, cool heads, and everyone's doing all the stuff they got to do, and the game plays out pretty normally. The trash can mans have a slight advantage.
Thank you.
But I think the Kickin Squids. Did you do the draft for Kickin Squids here, Mr. Bugle?
I participated in it. Yes.
I was just mentioning how annoying it is to deal with that draft.
Yeah, I'll say there's one.
Did you have an involuntary bodily reaction when Annie was locked in?
I mean, did some things come up in my throat a little bit? I throw up my mouth a little bit. Yeah, I did. But I was rocking my puke pouch, so I was okay. I did not know about one pick they were gonna pick, and it was the Ori.
Ooh.
The other four were pretty much. Janna was like one of 3 support champions that do similar things to what Janna does. Like, it could have been Karma 2, could have been Raka, could have been Janna. But we knew the Sedge, we knew the Xayah, and we're pretty certain that they were gonna lock in Cassante last. Which makes this even more embarrassing if we lose. I think. Like, we were so prepared for everything they were gonna pick, and like, do we have answers or no?
Now, Buggle, Kickin Squids.
Yeah.
So far, 0 points on the season, but
Yeah.
3 weeks left in this season, and you're playing against Trashcan Man, who only has 3 points right now. If you win this series, you will find yourself in a 3-way tie for 4th place. Are playoffs still on the mind of the team? Are they still? Do they still have the drive? What's keeping their knees high
Well,
when
this
they're out on the
team
pitch?
came in very honestly, this team came in thinking they were not going to get any wins, period,
Yeah.
in this league, because they had to play up a league. They normally play in economy, so they're playing up in commercial. They thought they were going to win 0 games. They've taken 2 series to 3 games so far. So already this is an accomplished season. I think that the mindset is to accomplish as much as they can before the season is over. If that means playoffs, then grip it and rip it. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. I think that it's a very like calm mindset where no one's striving for it, but no one's, tossing in the towel.
Interesting. I just had to allow Riot to access my firewall. I'm assuming that is a trap or a trick. Let's see if it works on stream.
I'm not in the game, guys. So Pickleberry, as funny as that is, I'm not playing the game. It's Bethus.
Yeah, pickle hitter that is not Buckleberry Finn's legendary.
I'm not
play.
in.
No, it is in fact Rat House going out onto the pitch today. Looks like he's in good spirits. He's got his kit on. His knickers are not in a twist. Buggle, we already had an opportunity to comment about this, but any remarks on the earlier Notts County versus Wrexham matchup?
Yeah, hell of a game. Lads played their hearts out.
Mm-hmm.
They deserve to celebrate tonight, but they got to come back in tomorrow for training right away, because you want to win it, you got to keep winning.
You want to win it, you got to keep winning. It's really beautiful. It's well said. An immediate pause by the Kickin Squids here.
Smart, really smart. Mostly because I have a black screen.
Is it pitch black, or do you have the time bar?
I've got all this. I've got all the accoutrement.
If you click ahead on the time bar.
On the time bar. I see.
Yeah. And then just speed up super
everything's
fast. You'll get to the end. Lil Dear Lilia. Yeah, Vigar and Annie on the same team. They're friends. They're just friends this time around. All right, game 1. Kickin Squids versus Trashcan, man. The computer. The spectator wants us to see this invade by the Kickin Squids. Known for their trickery. Don't worry about this pause. That is normal tomfoolery
Can you explain
from the
this to me in
client.
Smite terms?
In Smite terms, it looks like they're not opting for the 3 buff pull to the experience camp. Obviously, in Smite, you want to pull the red, blue, and yellow buff to the experience camp.
The white
to do it all
XP
once.
camp, right?
Yeah. That's the only kind of experience camp. Okay, this is probably going to be spot out, but the question is Zaya at the computer right now? Kev has allergies watching up. Zaya running away. Sejuani moving back as well.
They're crazy people. They're psychos.
Running forward.
Janice Squishy.
Look at that. 3-man knockup, 3-man tornado.
Triple nader. The triple nader.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was
Bigfoot,
Ralph
break
Nader's,
that invade down for
nickname
us.
in high school. Well, 5 members of Kickin Squids tried to do a little bit of a cheeky, not super late invade, but a late-ish invade into the bottom side of the jungle. I really like the way that Trashcan, it's Trashcan Man's? Trashcan Man, gotcha.
Yes.
I like the way that Trashcan Man, they had a pretty spread out, pretty classic level 1 start. Spotted it out, everyone just sort of, walked back. No harm, no foul for anyone. Janna did get some gold off of her item, which is nice, and Kickin Squids got a buff, which actually works out really well because they see that Sejuani is going to Krugs and is not going to do like a 2-camp double buff early gank or something like that. So both teams are going to be pretty happy with how it worked out for them, I think.
Now this Pike Vigar lane down here into the Janna Zaya. What are you expecting to see out of this matchup? A little bit unconventional.
Yeah, it's super unconventional. It could go both ways, right? Because you want to do different things with these champions. Because Pike is really going to be the early damage for most of this lane, and is going to want to fight and do things like get some sneaky picks and layer some CC with Vigar and hopefully get an early kill once they hit 6. But Vigar is really happy to scale. So in a way, they don't work super well together, but in another way, they work great because no matter what happens, they'll be happy unless they just start inting,
Absolutely.
If they end up having to sit and scale, then Vigar's happy. If they end up being able to fight early, then Pike's happy. Like, Vigar can provide the CC and a little bit of poke to facilitate those early fights, even though it's not as good as some other champions that get played down there. And Pike is happy to play some peel and engage and picks later on when Vigar gets strong.
For sure.
So
and level 2s have been hit across the board. We're on to levels 3 right now. A little bit of skirmishing up in the top and bot lane there, but so far no one's been able to get that kill. Cassante versus Set. Nice, pulling him forward. Lots of damage coming out. We're working very low health bars, but 1 turret shot brings Set dangerously low. Set very far pushed up. Sejuani.
That turret shot might be the difference.
It might be. We've got a ward over in this bush here.
Maokai's on the right side.
Maokai's on the right side, but
Casey's
probably too far
leading.
away. Set is going to be walking back. The computer doesn't want us to see it just yet, but he is on the run. They are going to cut to it, giving time for Waffles to walk forward. He's going to flash forward, do the grab. That's the first blood. Spooky Man gets it. A flash forward, some CC. There it is, a double kill in the top lane. Exactly what Spooky wants. He's got the double buffs. He's got the kills. He's got the CS. He's going to shove that lane into tower and back. Cut down to the bot lane. That's a stun onto the cage right there. Then a return CC onto Rad. Vigar, the fights just will not stop. Rathouse doing what he can to body block.
For you new viewers of the LBLCS, you're going to see some stuff posted in chat very shortly about a man with adult diapers in a 7-Eleven. Do not fear those messages. Spooky has gotten 2 kills to start the game on his set. This is not optimal for Trashcan Man. This man is a psychopath on set. This is one of his best champions, and being this far ahead is going to make it very hard for Cassante to play this lane. And he has double buffs. I mean, this is a tough beat for the top lane. If you're useless and you are.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Spooky Man, just the double buffs, just like getting that reset too, like on the double buffs, the transfer, because it resets the timer as well, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Full duration.
So that's massive. That's huge for them. Dragon coming up in 10 seconds. Both junglers down here on the right side of the map to pick that up. We do see that Zaya and Janna are pushed up a little bit. Low mana from the Vigar. I don't know if Waffles is going to take the time to come around and take advantage of the overextension.
He does have teleport. He could just wait for the lane to be in a good spot, back on a cannon wave, and then TP back in. if you're Vygar.
Absolutely.
He's just happy to stack us tier right now.
Real quick, we've got a caster compliment. Hold on. That's going to be spooky. Both level 5s right here. Trying to exercise as much advantage as he can with these double buffs. That's level 6. We've got an ultimate here.
I think he's gonna.
Set's got a sort of an insect of sorts.
Here's the TP from Vygar. Grabbing a mana crystal. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're gonna be fighting later. They spot out the Sejuani. I don't actually think Set's that scared.
He might not be, but can he do the 2v1?
Drop another ward.
I don't know if he can do a 2v1.
A little bit.
A little bit. He's got damage, but he doesn't have. Yeah, he's got damage, but he doesn't have any defensive items. So.
But he has. But here's the thing.
He's got the shield.
Has innate shield, but when you get this fed this early, they don't have a ton of damage, and you still have
Cage
your
does go down.
blade.
Lots of damage coming out of the Vygar right there. Pyke pulling him into the cage. Very nice, diving forward, using his escape when he has to. So far, pretty good skirmishing from both teams here. Real quick, we've got a caster compliment from Sammy2Slap. First of all, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Sorry, non-stop fighting in this fight. Sammy says, the doctor is in. Thank you so much for that sub. And something nice about you, Sammy, you're a kind and attentive member of this community. Of the hearth that is the community, you are one of its... Cassante. No ult here on the Sejuani. He's going to dive in. Spooky Man. This call is going to go out to Sammy Slap, I guess, because we keep getting interrupted. Will Spooky get out of here? That's the ult. Buying time for Waffles. That's the slow. Goes in. CC onto Cassante. Another kill for Spooky. The fight continues, but Oriana's here now. Another double kill.
He's not trapped here with you. You're trapped here with him.
Absolutely. God, that is just vicious from Spooky right there. Lots of fighting.
I thought there was a little bit of a misplay when he debuted early, but he just lived pretty well.
He did. He was able to make it all the way through. What was really nice, and something that I forget about a lot, is that there's a little bit of a slow that comes out from, I guess, Set's ultimate. And that gave Waffles enough time to show up and just W in. Now, Dragon is up. Dragon is up. Waffles still on the right side. Sejuani there as well. Ooh, Rat House underneath the cage. Oh, wait, sorry. Cage is on his side of the team. I see Vygar Cage, and I'm afraid right away. No questions asked. Rat House coming around the corner right here. Sejuani, they catch him on a ward, but they haven't started moving back. Maybe they didn't actually see him. Pyke actually goes for the pull right there. That's going to be a cage. It is going to catch the Sejuani, but he does have ultimate. Let's see if he throws it out. Who he decides to catch as the charge goes forward. Pyke actually through with massive CC is actually going to try and pull someone back in. They catch the Xayah, who's forced to ult right here. This is not going the way that Trashcan Man thought it was going to. Kato in a little bit of trouble. The Ignite down there. That's a massive ultimate from Kev Has Allergies. That is the flash ult that everybody is afraid of. And 6-0 on the board for the Kickin Squids. They're having a great game.
Yeah. I'd like to draw everyone's attention to the Blade of the Ruined King that has been completed in the top lane for Set, in addition to the neutral objective now being taken in the bot side of the map. They are, Kickin Squids being the they, are hard winning both sides of the map right
Absolutely. Hold on. This is a massive fight right there. Holy shit. Just goes to show how strong Set is right now. 4-0. Definitely the most dangerous man on the map.
I mean, he's got ult. He can dive this Cassante once his W comes back up. He's got a lot of lifesteal. If he wants to make a case out of this, he probably could.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like maybe he's just going for the plate right now.
Yeah, playing conservatively, you take the plate, you wait for another wave to fight. You have a ton of lifesteal on your Bork. Like, he's going to eat. He doesn't even eat that turret shot.
Oh,
that's like the maximum edge of range you can be.
And for what
Sejuani's going to come back. I don't know if he needs Maokai anymore to 1v2.
we're going to find out. He's got Blade of the Ruin King. Under tower,
Oh.
though, he definitely can't do this. He's going to get the plate. He is going to have to run. Kasante's got CC. Spooky Man knows it, though.
I think he's okay.
He's working his way through. We'll see. I don't think he is. That's 2 turret shots right there. Sejuani coming around. He's got the shield. That's the ult. A 3rd turret shot. Tries to do the pull-in. Not able to find a target. And there it is. With the turret, with the jungler, Kasante is able to get on the board.
That was really well played from Kasante. That flash was perfect. If he doesn't flash right there in that way, Set's W just kills him. There was one little sliver of the wall he could flash to, I think. I'd want to see a replay. We obviously don't have the technology for that. We're much too poor. But I think in the real bang-bang of that fight, it looked like there was really only one slight move that Kasante could make, and Useless Miwa played that very, very well. And they pick up a nice shutdown.
Absolutely.
On
and Lil Dear Lily says that as well. Big shutdown. Let's see Rat House trying to find a target right here. The hook is going to go out. They're going to get onto. God, this is just a lot of CC. Xayah trying to play within the space as much as they can right there. That's the Pike. Execute as well.
Reset.
They're going to walk up. Got the reset. Got the double. Beautiful play from Rat House.
It's nice that Xayah took cleanse. I think you still have to do that in this lane. There's so much CC.
Yeah.
They cleansed one thing. The other 4 things were what killed them. You know?
And a great flank from Oh, wow, that's the ult right there. Kev has allergies getting auto down. Even drops the ult in the last second. But, oh, what a patient kill from Orianna.
Yeah. Sometimes Orianna solo kills look so like they're in slow motion. You're like, oh, a ball is moving over here. Oh, no, where all their health go? Oh, no, here's an ult. Oh, no, they're dead.
Well,
and they're just like slowly throwing clock parts at you as you're just like getting beaten to death.
It's one of those, okay, we got to fight a scrap up here in the top lane. Spooky Man getting these autos off, but Kasante is not down yet. Fighting on the side of his lane, is able to retreat back to turret, get into safety. This fight's just going to continue to evolve as the game goes on. Now,
Sejuani is living up here.
Absolutely. They know what needs to be done. Back onto Spooky Man right here. They're going to go for it. Let's see if Spooky can get his shield off. That Sejuani ult actually misses, and he's... Oh, my God. He's going to ult the Sejuani. Forces the flash away. He flashes into danger. Spooky Man, unafraid of anything right now. Waffles is up here. He can give back up. Going to clear that pink ward out. But after Spooky took care of himself, there's no need to rush up there.
Well, that's what I thought was going to happen the last gank, and Spooky got a little unlucky, and Sejuani played it really well, where they ganked at the perfect time when he was under the turret. If he has this lane to work with and has some more real estate to use his ult on to separate the 2 of them, he can wait out that fight long enough to win the 1v2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Sejuani's going to think twice about ganking him in that position.
That's true. And, you know, they were still able to pick up that shutdown gold, but now Spooky is just committed to earning himself another shutdown as time goes on here.
Where credit's due, Kasante is doing a good job in keeping relatively even on farm in a lane that is hard losing. This is a very difficult lane to play, and he's, you know, the goal difference is way out of proportion because of the kills, but the farm is not that far off. He's about 10 farm behind.
Totally.
Not bad. Xayah has a lead in their lane. Orianna has a lead in their lane and farm. So the gold is all on the back of these kills, but the individual laners are playing the waves very well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's the kills. I think it's some of these plates. But yeah, this is no slight to Trashcan Man, who is absolutely putting up a stalwart defense in the face of this onslaught.
The downside, though, is what I mentioned in draft, which is that Kickin Squids is so annoying to play against.
Yes.
That feels unkillable even when he's 0-0-0, let alone 5-1-0.
Right.
Maokai ult and Maokai in general is so annoying to deal with. Annie is, I mean, Bugaberry has played this game longer than all of us, I think, and Annie is the one champion that gives him night sweats. Like, it is so annoying. Vigar's a nightmare, Pyke's a nightmare. These champions are all ahead in gold. They're all kind of rolling now. So Trashcan Man really has to keep their composure.
They might get caught down here in the bot lane. Let's see if any CC lands. That is going to be Vigar right there, getting caught up, forced to flash away.
Okay.
Really good pick there from Trashcan Man, forcing those summoner spells up. Spooky Man walking into this tower. He thinks he can finish this. He's just going to start banging away on it. Absolutely, that is how you apply pressure. But look at this. Trashcan Man doesn't even blink. A play on the other side of the map. Feathers being set up by the Xayah right here. Dragging down to half health. Vigar walking up as well. Great tornado, but that's down. Kev has allergies. Has ult up. They do get the dragon, and they will walk out peacefully. A bit of a handshake right there, but a really good move by Trashcan Man.
Yeah, Trashcan Man really smart to capitalize on the fact that they were able to burn Vygar's flash without any of their own ults. So they have all these really high leverage ults that are going to be a guaranteed hit on Vygar because Vygar has no escape. So Sejuani ult, Orianna ult, right? These are things that Vygar's not going to be able to get out of. So they set up with these really good zone control champions on the dragon. They know that they can just take it. Ooh, Smite Steal. That's super annoying.
Yeah, absolutely. Spooky Man going to get chased down right now. Let's see if they're able to
I don't know
toss
if the
anything
1v3
else
is
his
on
way.
the menu.
Yeah, it might not be, but let's see. No summoner spells either. He's going to use, of course, the only other mobility he has. Running away, forcing a flash from Cassante. In the end, an ult and a summoner spell is what it takes. But they do take down Spooky Man. They're going to pull Janna into that cage. Very nice pull from Pyke right there. Huge from Janna, surviving in the last second, but a great execute from the Pyke. Cut up to the mid lane. We've got a 2v1. Kev has allergies, makes his way out of there back to safety as Waffles makes his way down to the bot lane. It looks like we might see some action, maybe even a dive down here in a second.
They don't see him on the ward. If this hook lands, he's dead. If it doesn't, they have to back off.
Yeah.
I don't think they can do anything unless they dive. This is a really risky dive. Sejuani is bot side. They know Sejuani is bot side. They spot her on a ward. They pull right off. That's smart. So a couple things happened all at once, which are worth noting for the next couple of minutes. The first thing that happened is we saw a really nasty combo that we should be looking for in all team fights, which is Pyke hooking a champion into Vygar's cage. The other thing we saw was Annie's flash going down when Orianna ulted. Orianna ulted on a much shorter cooldown than Annie's flash, so I would not be surprised to see Annie get ganked again. Also, Set died in the top lane. I don't know if that was another shutdown. It does not look like it was another shutdown.
No.
But they are able to at least apply some pressure. It's not so far gone where it's a champion. I mean, Set's a champion that's really annoying to deal with, but they're not really someone who can 1v3 at this point in the game. They can stop a gank pretty well, and they can stuff it and maybe pick up a kill, but once Orianna roams up and he's alone in that river, he's going to die.
There's a ceiling to that power.
Right, there's a ceiling to that power. So keep an eye on the kinds of resources they dedicate to try to kill Set, because if Spooky is able to recognize that they're sending 3 people to him, he shouldn't take those fights, but he should be aware of it happening. I love that he dropped a pink ward in that river. Oh, we see
Rat
maybe
House
a fight here.
trying to get out right here. It's a slippery champion. He's got, you know, movement speed increases. He's got dashes. He can go invisible. There are options for Pyke.
Yeah, but keep an eye on how the resources they dedicate to Set and how Set deals with his resources. You should be able to kite back and allow them the rest of the team to take objectives on the other side of the map. And keep an eye on what happens with Annie in the next few minutes, because there's flashes down for I think another 3 or so.
Absolutely, and off the back of that, Orianna is the only person who has more gold than their match here in lane.
Ori's gonna have to carry this mid lane until Xayah gets 3 items if they want to win this game.
Yes, absolutely. I will say this, lots of annoyance from the side of Kickin Squids, and sometimes that can win you a game, but there is a seriously nasty wombo combo team fight on the side of Trashcan Man, which I think, you know, you play this game long enough and you know, hey, there are a couple abilities where if they're in the game, I still think there's at least a 3% chance that we could win any team fight, and Orianna's ult is one of those. 100%. Absolutely. And then, you know, you toss a Tornado, a Sejuani ult on top of that as well, and, you know, you've got trouble. Now, Waffles is just going to be clearing his jungle, backing. No neutral objectives on the map right now. We do have Rift Herald in the pocket of Spooky Man. Looks like he's just going to continue to draw pressure and cause trouble up in the top lane.
So here's what I'm predicting is going to happen. Once they see Sejuani top, they're going to... Well, okay. If you're kicking Squids, you're looking for Dragon right now, because Set has TP and Herald. Set can very easily TP down bottom to a wave, drop Herald on the turret, and then go for Dragon. So if they see Sejuani top, or if they just see a preferential sort of timing, they might just go for it. It looks like he's getting
we've seen this one before. Sejuani coming around. It's the 2v1. Is Set strong enough? They've been able to think about this. They do have the angle on him, but that is a lot of damage coming out here from Set. Orianna on the way as well. They knew the 3v1 worked in the past. The CC misses Spooky Man. Let's see, that's a smite going down too. They're gonna drop the damage on him. It does look like he'll fall. That is gonna be Orianna getting the kill. Another clean play from Trashcan.
That is going to be a dragon for Kickin Squids, but a nice pick from Trashcan. So Trashcan says, all right, we want to shut down the set. We need to give Cassante some time to farm, maybe take that top turret, and we'll just trade dragon for that. It's an early Cloud Drake, so I think that's the calculation they made. But sending 3 to the top lane guarantees, barring any sort of insane steal that Kickin Squids get this dragon.
Let's see
You
Zaya.
get it. Okay, I was going to say that would have been ridiculous because Waffle had snipe, but... So that's the trade. The trade is killing Set and getting another kill onto Orianna for a Cloud Drake. I'm assuming that both teams are cool with that trade. If I'm Kickin Squids, I'm happy getting another dragon. If I'm Trashcan man, I'm happy getting more gold on my mid game carry.
Absolutely, and also, you know, it's a Cloud Drake being given up. It's not the end of the world, and I think they are pretty happy with what's been going on.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, Baron is up, and this Rift Herald still hasn't dropped. Heads up for a Spooky Man who didn't drop that Rift Herald, so he was able to hold on to it even after being killed, and it looks like they're just going to have a massive push down here. Wow, they're really going to make a huge drop. You don't see this a lot. You send the whole team bottom with a Rift Herald.
It's because they have Herald, and because bot turret is so low. I think they want to get 2 charges off on this Herald for sure.
Yeah.
I think they're also willing to
that
sacrifice
damage on Orianna
possibly
walking
mid turret,
forward.
and
That's going to be the shockwave dropping down a force flash from Kev's Allergies. Everfrost the wave. And
they
down
have
in
to
the
think
bot
that they
lane.
can get this dragon or this turret. I don't think they can though.
Cage getting dropped. No, yeah, that's going to be the rest of the wave getting cut. A little bit of a fight's going to start to come out. Sejuani starting to see how tanky this guy can get.
They traded outer bottom and most of the health on the inner bottom for mid and probably no, they're TPing top to save it. So they do lose mid lane turret and Annie Slash again in the process. I'm not quite sure that sticking around for a second turret was worth it. I think grabbing the first one was fine, but at that point when you commit that much, right, having 4 people down there, I think you often feel a lot of pressure to keep it up.
Yeah.
Instead of continue to be proactive instead of being reactive. So they go for the second turret. The charge goes off. It's quite low. I wouldn't be surprised if they put Set in that lane to solo push it for a while after he clears out top a little bit. But they do lose mid. Losing mid is going to be really tough for Kickin Squids because they're playing into Sejuani. Sejuani being able to set up in outside of vision with their ult, any sort of hard pick champion like that is going to really thrive in situations where they can play with vision, and having Kickin Squid's mid turret down lets them deal with vision a lot more favorably.
Absolutely, Pike going here. Whoa, great flash from Orianna. Quake Jaw is really having a great game here.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit of action movement. That's going to be nice. Off to the side. That was an Orianna ult right there. Half healthing the Vigar. Rat House up here as well. Similarly squishy, though. I feel like there are combinations that Orianna can...
Annie's losing a wave to try to kill this.
This Zaya right there. Let's see. That's the ult. The CC's gone. Oh my god, they actually dodged it. That's going to be maybe a little bit of a turn. The Annie ult kind of misses a little bit. Kev has allergies. Is going to push the question right here, but doesn't have the abilities. Can the bear do it? Forces the flash. Come on, Tibbers. You kind of root for the bear. It's hard not to. I feel like I don't see that bear kill someone with auto attacks that often. But really good heads up play from Scoogle.
That Zaya ult was perfect. If the oh man.
Dude,
do you have a permit for this campsite you're erecting in the top lane?
3v1 him as much as you can. Spooky Man is far too strong. That's going to be the ult back on him. He's going to go for the 3v1. He will commit to this bit. He's going to try and get the pick onto the Janna, but the ability is just not long enough. Spooky Man fighting for his life here, showing what an absolute terror he has become in this game. To live so long in a 3v1 is wild, but he will go down in the end, while the rest of his team will pick up mid lane.
Honestly, this format kind of works for them. He lives for so long that the rest of Kickin Squids get to pick up stuff off of his deaths. Last time was a dragon. This time's 2 turrets mid. They lose bottom to Orianna, but I think they're still happy with this trade. And I was going to say earlier, Spooky was probably very confused with the lead. He's so used to playing weak side when he plays top lane that I think having the jungler up there made him uncomfortable. And I think now that he's been camped by 3 people a handful of times, he's much closer to his comfort zone and his familiarity of playing top lane.
Just the struggle bus. What's up, Rescued? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. 25 seconds till this dragon comes up. It does look like we're going to find ourselves having a team fight right here. Should be absolutely bombastic. A great train taken there by Waffles. Do we have a front-to-back team fight? It seems like we do. The front lines
tanky lady.
almost confused on opposite sides there. Kev has allergies, a little slowed up. This Annie is squishy. She has to be careful. A great death brush being set up here, but clap. Oh, I don't know if that scrying orb hit the bush.
I'm looking for this fight real hard.
Stun
Maokai
is up
ult is
on
down,
Annie.
Sejuani ult is about to come up. Annie's stun is up, but Sejuani just showed that they're tanky enough to eat it. Sejuani can push up a little bit, I think.
Tornado can check that bush so easily, though.
Yup.
Waffles up here in the front line. The
want
fight
it.
will start. A little bit of poking. Cage goes down from Vigar. They're trying to find angles right here. Spooky, so big, so tanky. They do get a kill. Vigar gets that kill right there. Rat House looking for an execution, looking to reset his ultimate right there. Kev has allergies quite low. This Annie in the backline. Cassante diving, going onto the Vigar. The Vigar will survive right there. Cassante pushed off of his target. Kato getting pushed back as well. Very low health bars, folks, here. Someone has to fall soon. Waffles goes back in. Gets taken down by Kato. Will they commit to the Cassante on the other side of the map? Spooky Man trying to pick up this kill. He will flash for it. He will pick it up. And a really long fight for a 2-1 in Kickin Squid's favor.
Everyone's so low. I think we see a little bit of the weakness of the Kickin Squid's composition there, where they have a lot of burst damage, but after that initial burst, they don't have the kind of sustained damage that a team with a traditional ADC has.
It's not over, folks. They're coming back for round 2. Second helpings are on the table. Rat House pulling in an absolutely excellent interrupt and an execution. He held on to that ult the entire fight. Rat House walking up, but look who's here. It's Orianna. Check your watch because it is time for another shockwave. It's going to come up right here in this fight. Kev has allergies going low, being autoed down by Xayah. Very patient. A massive shockwave onto Rat House right there. No more execution. Spooky Man getting a kill, though. It's a 2v2. Spooky not sure which target to run towards. Goes towards the Orianna. Is she able to kite him away? Dodges the clock. Gets it with the auto. A double kill. And look who it is. People who have died have respawned and made their way back to the front line of battle. Waffles is here. Is that dragon still being taken?
Dude, at the end.
Cassante back here as well. I don't think this fight is...
Orianna is so strong. Orianna is so strong right now.
Dude, they're just doing it. I don't think they have vision. I don't know that they know that they're doing that dragon right now. This is a great sneak if there's no vision on it.
Orianna has a decent amount of
Waffles is walking around. He's finding it. An immediate teleport from Spooky. Nope, not from Spooky. Who is that? It's from Vigar. You're going to find yourself. Vigar has no front line, though. Sejuani could turn right there. Let's see. That cage goes down, keeps the Sejuani under wraps for just a second. Dragon down to 4K. Cassante, Sejuani, frontliners, teleport coming in from Spooky Man. Speaking of front lines, very low health Dragon. Can they get the smite? Blue team gets it. That's going to be Trashcan Man. Useless Miwa right here. The Cassante, actually, Sejuani, being pulled out of the ult right there. Looks like Annie ult has been used. Kato does have a way over the wall, but he hasn't gone just yet. Maybe he's used that ability already. Waffles trying to stay in front of him, trying to force him to stick around. That's a lot of damage from over the wall right there. Spooky will kill him. Get that final touch. Get that kill. Bring this to a 4K gold lead and even in Dragons.
Dragons evened up. Sejuani grabs it under duress. That fight, even though there was a lull in the middle, that was essentially the same fight that started probably close to 4 or 5 minutes ago almost. That was a really, really extended sequence of decisions that both of these teams made around the same exact objective.
Speaking of decisions, they're doing Baron right now.
This is so early. Without an ADC, this is so early. Though Vigar does have a lot of sustained damage and has a Rabadon's finished, a finished Rod, another needlessly large. He's got, I mean, how much? This is good. This is just dead.
I think
he's got almost 700 AP already. It's just dead.
Well, that was not expected. What a surprise play from the Kickin Squids. They wrapped their tentacles around Baron and dragged it down to the depths of the ocean. Well, that was sneaky.
That was I don't even think it was that sneaky. They just did it. Like,
well, they didn't. There was no vision on it, right?
They just checked vision. They just did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah.
Is there a ward there?
They just walked in and took it.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the Trashcan Man knew what was going on, but maybe they did. Either way, they've got Baron now. I mean,
they had Xayah bottom when that started, so at that point, it's gonna be hard to contest a neutral 4v5, especially when you have the kinds of setup that Vigar Cage and Annie ult and Maokai ult have. So maybe they just made the executive decision once they realized. I don't know. Regardless of the decisions behind it, Kickin Squids has a Baron buff for another couple minutes.
Absolutely, and a gold lead that's ballooned up to nearly 6K here. What do you think the lane assignment should be for the Kickin Squids to get the full effect of this Baron buff?
So they have a lot of options because both side lanes are roughly in the same state, right? They both have outer turrets dead with an inner turret available. Mid lane is pushed pretty deep. You're gonna want Vigar mid no matter what. And then it really just depends on where Annie and Set go. It seems like Set has opted to go top and Annie has opted to go bottom with this Baron. Vigar seems to be pushing bottom as well. I guess they do have the luxury. Yeah, so bottom is already kind of low because of that Rift Herald push from earlier. And they don't have to worry so much about mid because that inner and outer are both down already. So they might just want this. Yeah, I think they're just going to grab this turret and bounce.
Yeah,
okay.
Hard to defend.
No neutrals for another 2 minutes. So they're it's all about playing the waves.
Another 2v1, and you guys love classics, don't you? Spooky Man now, newly revamped, but so are Cassante and Set right here. The rest of the team on the Kickin Squids is going to be pushing bot lane as hard as you can. This is crazy. That was so much damage onto the Maokai right there and over the wall. Cassante ulting as well, and a shutdown. That is 2 Baron buffs gone. The split push absolutely quashed. This is a great response from Trashcan Man.
Yeah, historians may look at that moment as the time that Trashcan Man started to get a little bit more of an advantage. Because normally, when Set gets destroyed in a side lane...
the last fadeaway shot from the cannon minion got that tower. Holy shit.
Normally, when Set had been killed in a side lane by multiple people, the rest of Kickin Squids was able to take quite a bit, and they barely eked out that turret there. I mean, it was a hair at the end with that last cannon minion. So, if Trashcan Man is able to defend and kill Set at the same time now, moving forward, they're going to be in much more advantageous positions for the rest of the game, because Set can live forever up there, right? Like, he was fighting 2 people for probably 10 to 15 seconds. That's a lot of time in the grand scheme of things, especially when you have a Baron buff. But if they're not taking a lot, then it's just time that
and
Set
he
is
will start to
for
die sooner as things start to even up. Still a 5K gold difference. I love that play by Rathouse right there. He's like, hey, dude, get off this wave. Runs up, throws the pike out, throws the pull out. Has no support. Even if he hooks him, he's not able to kill him.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta, if you are a hook champion, sometimes you do stuff just like that.
Speaking of, there's the pull. They're trying to clear out vision right here. This is a fight in tight corners. Sejuani gonna go up there, become that sturdy front line that we've seen them be throughout these past team fights. Another dragon fight. The last one was like 4 minutes long. Let's see if this one's any different. They're trying to find an avenue open to the Vigar right here, but frontline are keeping them protected. A flash away. Look at this. Multiple front lines now. Vigar trying to stay into the back line. A huge tornado knocking up 3-4 members. Set says, I'm going to reposition you. Dives in deep. Gets a massive shield, but Oriana's on the side, causing trouble. A massive shockwave. Look at all this damage. And oh my god, Spooky Man is going to go down. He finally falls in the end. Rathouse looking for an angle, but a double kill for the Xayah. And this is everything that Trashcan Man wants. That's going to be a shutdown. That's going to be a triple kill for Xayah. And that is going to be the full ace for Trashcan Man.
Xayah is huge. Oriana's huge. Sejuani and Cassante are tanky enough now. These team fights, when they're 5v5s, are going to start going the way of Trashcan Man, who have drafted a much more straightforward team fight comp.
Where did that 5K lead go?
Excellently. It's gone now. It's gone. Kickin Squids is 1 saving grace. 2 saving graces are that was not Soul, and Baron is down already. If they didn't take that Baron, this is a Baron and at least an inhibitor for Trashcan Man off of that fight. It might be an inhibitor anyway. Probably just a sinner.
Absolutely, and at this point in the game, 1,500 gold difference might as well be nothing. Means nothing 33 minutes into the game. It's all about positioning. It's all about finding the angle. And in that fight, we saw Quakejaw find the right angle. Absolutely untouched Oriana. Absolutely massive shockwave. Wild.
Yeah.
Sunlight Pop-Tart says, my sleep paralysis demon looks like Quake's Ori. That's a fucking great comment. That's fucking awesome.
It's so the way that Kickin Squid's team comp has been constructed, they don't have that kind of sustained. AD damage that Xayah can provide on the back of a lot of Orianna damage. What
Yeah.
Kickin Squids needs to do to win this game is they need to find picks. They need to find Wombas with Annie ults, and they need Veigar to explode one of the carries.
Yes.
If Veigar is able to one-tap Orianna before Shockwave goes off, or Xayah before they get a chance to ult and do a bunch of damage, then they win the fight. If those two things don't happen, they're just going to lose a sustained team fight
Speaking
to the
of
damage
fights,
that
they're
Orianna
catching
and Xayah can
Cassante
provide.
here in. They're going to go forward. They're going to go for this. Rathouse does actually get the pull right there. Look who goes golden. That's going to be the Orianna. They know they need to kill quick draw. A great cage there by the Veigar, and Rathouse gets the kill. The fight continues. I don't know if the rest of the Kickin Squids are able to follow up right here, but Waffles is definitely looking, and they're trying to waffle here between Baron and a team fight. Rathouse holding the line. Kato walking up. A massive Sejuani now. He's had steals earlier in this game. Let's see if he can pull one off now, or if they decide to just concede. And it looks like it's gonna be a handshake. And there it is. The key. You get Quakejaw out of the fight. You take an objective. Boom. You're good.
Man, if only some genius right before that fight said that Kickin Squids way back in the game is getting a pick on a carry.
Well, there's no way to know whether or not that
There's
happened.
no way to know if that happened.
Waffles taking a lot of damage here. Look at this.
they're
Cassante
down a man for a
Sejuani on the
while.
side. Absolutely. Kev has allergies. Very little mana as well. But so much damage coming out of Skoogle right here. He is just autoing them down. And look at
Holy
that.
crap.
The patient play. A nice Sejuani ult onto Kev has allergies. Diving forward. Rathouse getting caught off to the side as well. Another double kill. Even with Baron. Look at this. They've got the chase as well. A speed up coming through. A cage will buy some time. But Spooky Man being pushed close to the wall right here. A forced flash as well. This is just, listen, play after play, counterpunch after counterpunch. These teams know how to respond to each other.
A little greedy by Kickin Squids, but excellent capitalization by Trashcan, man. Really good job noting that they for sure overextended after that Baron. Even down a man, they have the damage to pick one or two people if the positioning is right. And Xayah played that fight really cleanly. Didn't have to ult or flash either, which is kind of wild to think about.
Well, it's just, you know, there are you know, two kinds of fights broadly that happen in League of Legends. There are ones that are fast and brutal, and everyone's just going non-stop. Abilities are being used on cooldown, and you're fighting just off the top of your head. And then there's the kind of fight that's like, it's just a little check-in. You auto summon, you say, you gonna do anything about that? One more auto. You gonna do something about that? One more auto. Well, now you're at 2/3 health. Maybe I'll throw some abilities in there. And that's what that was. I don't even think Waffles knew they were being killed until Trashcan Man decided to close the trap.
One thing to note now, speaking of fast and brutal team fights, Annie's flash is up in about 10 seconds. 20 seconds, sorry. So, a flash ult here on one of the carries, if Veigar is there to follow up, is certain death.
Yeah.
If the stun lands, they're dead. There's no Janna shield in the universe that can stop a flash ult from Annie and
Waffles
Veigar.
going in right here. We've got the cage. Rathouse actually throwing the hook in a different direction, really trying to get out of there. You could tell where his mouse was and what he wanted to accomplish. Waffles dropping the ult as well. They're trying to find a target. That's going to be Xayah ult being dropped too. Kev has allergies. Still alive. Sejuani ult onto the Veigar. The threads, the feathers pulled through, getting a massive stun. Spooky Man so huge. Look at that damage pop. That is a massive set. That is what Spooky Man has been working towards. Rathouse still alive in the fight, getting these executions. If you can get him blowing up, he can finish him off. He goes for another one. 2-1 right here in kills. Kickin Squids, the victor of this fight with a Baron buff to boot. They're trying to find angles. They're trying to use these cannon minions to siege down this tower. Let's see what they can accomplish. There's a little bit of a brief lull in this fight, and they will pull off. They will pull back because Dragon is up, and it is certainly sole point for Trashcan Man, but Kickin Squids still have a ways to go. Working on this Cloud Drake right here. It doesn't look like there's going to be any response to this. They're just going to let them take it. They're going to say, hey, it's not soul for them. That's fine. We're going to show up to the next dragon in 5 minutes, if this game even goes on for 5 more minutes, and we're going to come correct. God, these fights have just been all about angles. They've been about, okay, can Sejuani, can Orianna, can Xayah, can any of these people find an angle to the carries of the Kickin Squids? I think this game is all about the defense. It's all about the front lines, closing off avenues as best they can, because if either side loses a carry, the fight's over.
Yeah, this is a 50-50 game right now. Either team is just as likely to win as the other team, and it's all about execution. There is no statistical reason that one team is going to win over the other, because they both have a separate way they need to play these fights to win, and whoever does that way better, whoever plays these fights to their win condition, is going to win it. Last fight, however, we did see Kickin Squids genuinely misplay quite a bit of how they wanted to fight that team fight, and still come out marginally ahead. So it is a little bit more of the onus is on, I think, Trashcan Man to force this unconventional comp into a conventional team fight on their terms to win. Because again, Annie was able to save Flash there and has ult back up. This explosion of damage has to be prevented. It didn't get pulled off in the team fight as well as it could have last time, and I'm a little concerned for Trashcan Man on what will happen if it does get pulled off. Now, they have shown to be very well versed in how to play a team fight defensively. Janna has done an excellent job of peeling, Sejuani's done an excellent job of being a frontline, and Orianna and Xayah in particular have done a really good job of their positioning. So I'm honestly, I think the next fight is for all the marbles.
It might be. Spooky Man finding himself in a 2v1 this mid lane. Being pushed up right now. Everfrost cooldown gone. That's a good pull into some CC. Kato, though, is someone who can take it. Now he's going to dive forward. Cage gets dropped, but there's an angle for Skoogle to find his way through. 1Q shows just how strong that Veigar is. Xayah wants none of that smoke.
Annie flash down now. That's going to make it harder to engage. The Waffles has ult. Spooky's on the flank.
Rathouse so quick, going up right here. He gets the pull. Let's see if there's any CC to follow up. Waffles drops it onto him, but that's not a lot of damage. It's not enough time. Kev has allergies. Getting hit with Sejuani ult now, trying to rebuff himself. Rebound. Spooky Man coming in from the side right here. Massive, but he still takes a bunch of damage, and virtually untouched is the rest of Trashcan Man's angle. But a massive cage! Look at that cage! That cage probably saved the game. That was huge from Rad. 1-1-21. Oh my god, that was going to be the end of Kickin Squids if they got flanked there. I have never seen.
Veigar is 100% dead if he doesn't stun 4 people with that game.
I am shocked that Kickin Squids is still pushing up here. That was such a close fight, and they are still hanging around with these health bars. They're hunting, they're looking. Kato right here, is this a pick? And the question is, who is getting picked right here? Everybody can jump on top of him. Waffles able to interrupt that dash. Skoogle here, though. They can do the front to back fight. They need to take down Kato. Oh my god, over the wall. The ult doesn't kill him. Veigar not able to get a kill with that ultimate, but they are dropping members of Trashcan Man. And over the wall, look at that, Skoogle. Absolutely massive. That was a huge fight right there. Huge fight. Skoogle still alive in this choke point. Auto after auto. That's a double kill. That's a quadra kill. Skoogle absolutely massive for the Trashcan Man right there. They are the Trashcan Man at the end of the day, and they are taking this Baron to task. Holy shit.
Oh, man. Yeah, played real good cleanup there in that fight. And that's really what you want to do as an ADC. You want to live the fight, do a little bit of damage as much as possible, and when you have your opportunity, you pounce. They pounced on the back of a really well-played team fight for the rest of their team. They pick up the quadra, but that quadra, the credit for that quadra goes much more than that Xayah. Everyone else played that team fight really well. They kited back into the jungle. That vision over the wall to kill the Veigar was so well done. I think that is the big momentum shift that Trashcan Man needs. I think that it's going to be really hard to overcome this advantage. They're still technically down gold, but these fights that are now starting to happen more regularly on their terms are going wrongly in their favor. This Xayah is full build. This Orianna is almost full build. Sejuani is almost unkillable. Cassante is almost unkillable.
He's a little bit far up here.
He is a little far up. He doesn't have flash. He does have ult. Zhonya's is down for him. Veigar has Veigar's also full build is really strong. Keep an eye on him, but I mean, I just don't know what they can do. Without a traditional ADC, it's much harder to fight these prolonged team fights.
It is a lot of it's very troubling, it's very difficult. Baron Buff, they've got it, but it doesn't matter right here. They're burning down this dragon. Waffles dropping the ultimate right here. Everyone coming in. Spooky Man finding his angle, going into the back line, trying to interrupt here, but Cassante diving as well. Waffles trying to find his way to protect. Kevin has allergies, but there it is. Skoogle once again, absolutely massive. Nothing is stopping this Xayah on the back line. Xayah, not traditionally an assassin, but she's found herself in that position today. There's the ultimate. Oh my god, Zaya lives, pulls back a triple kill.
damage.
Another quadra for Skoogle. Sorry, a triple kill for Skoogle. 1 kill goes on to the Oriana, and an absolute slaughter. A massive, massive fight for the Trashcan man. And they are just going to push down mid. They've got Baron.
Yeah. With Zaya and a Baron buff, I think this is just game. Death timers are 30 seconds or more for everyone on Kickin Squids. Really excellent back-to-back 5v5 fights from Trashcan Man, and I am positive that they are going to take the game with this push. There's no way
A huge push by them. Rat House doing everything they can. Incredible. There's the cleanse, but look at how strong Skoogle is. The Nexus is open, and game 1 of this series goes to Trashcan Man. What a comeback. What a comeback. Don't call it a comeback, baby. Holy shit.
Look at the damage meters tell the story of this game.
Okay.
And the story of this game is that Set was so fed, but a traditional ADC who gets full build will destroy anyone in a 5v5 fight.
Absolutely a terror. Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot to talk about while we get into the next game, but
Absolutely.
just letting my thoughts run through this game. Let's see. Before I mean, the first half of this game